Hello there, this is Rom Wills coming back at you with yet another video. Take responsibility for your choice in women. For your choice. You got to take responsibility for it. Now, in my book, Nice Guys and Players, I talk about women making a choice in men and choosing the man. And I've talked several times about, you know, how women, they will show interest in a man that they really want. And yeah, you want to pay attention to that. And I talked, like I said, I talked about it in my book, Nice Guys and Players. But you still got to choose them back. You still got responsibility. Like you might get chosen by some ratchet woman. That don't mean you have to go out with her. And see, as a man, you got to take responsibility for that choice. Like in the last episode I mentioned, like nobody's putting a gun to your head. That woman ain't forcing you. I don't care what she got. I don't care what her face look like, her breasts look like, her butt dunk look like. I don't care what your family said. I don't care whatever social pressures there are on you. You are not forced to deal with some woman you don't want to deal with. But if you choose to, you got to take responsibility for it. Which means, yeah, she, you know what, she probably did some bad stuff, some ratchet stuff. Why'd you pick her? Yeah, she probably lied to you or something like that. Well, you went for the lie. You should have checked her out. Nah, but she had a fat ass though, right? No, but you got to take responsibility that you made a move with it. I don't care what she do. If you deal with 20 women, they all treat you wrong. The only thing they had in common was you. What were you doing to choose that woman? What were you doing to attract that type of woman? See, one of the things out here is you get some guys who don't want to stand up as men and take responsibility. Like I talked about a man building himself. And you get a lot of guys who, you know, they really want to get into masculinity and all of that. One of the things is just taking responsibility, accountability, and you taking it. Now, you get a lot of guys say, well, these women don't take accountability and stuff. It's like, who gives a shit? You doing it because of who you are. Don't worry about what the next person doing. Hey, look, let's just be real. People outside of you going to do a bunch of jacked up stuff. But you don't have any control over them. And expecting them to change, shoot, that means you ain't doing what you have the power to do. You got the power to change whatever it is about you. You got the power to make choices. You know? Like I said, just because some ratchet woman chose you or some gold digger or some woman like that, what are you doing to, like, first of all, you chose her back anyway. She didn't hold a gun to your head. How many guys out here can honestly say they had a gun held to their head? Now, you've had some guys that have been sexually assaulted by women and everything. But even then, you still had a choice. You still had a choice how you going to respond to that. And you got, as a man, you got to take responsibility. No, don't worry about women and how accountable or not accountable, because let's just be real. A lot of women aren't going to be accountable. And you know what? That's them. They got to live with that. This is your life. You got to be selfish in this. You got to take responsibility. A woman shouldn't be coming in your orbit, or she shouldn't be entertained by you, or getting your money, or getting your penis, or getting your time or anything unless you choose it. Like, let's talk about that money thing. A lot of guys will say, well, you paying no matter what. Okay, don't pay then. Don't pay. Whatever, even if you one of those type of feel like you paying with your time, why are you giving her your time? You made the choice to do that. Now, you're going to get some women who are going to say, well, you should do this or that. And you need to just look at them like, please. I mean, what they going to do? They're going to talk trash about you? Trust me, they talking trash about you behind your back anyway, sometimes to your face. And if a woman don't want you, she just don't want you. You can't convince her, you know? But you got to take responsibility for your choice. Like every single one of y'all who dealt with some bad woman, you need to sit back and say, well, what was it within me that chose this type of woman? Or what was it within me that attracted this type of woman? Because some men get that vibe. Some women look at them, some of the bad ones, the player type of women, you know, the gold diggers, and they be like, oh no, not him. You know why? Because he giving off a vibe, he giving off an aura like he's not to be played with. And I've heard several women say that. They say, nah, I ain't gonna do that with him. He don't look like he playing that. See, that guy took responsibility. See, as a man, that's the main thing. We take responsibility for our choice in women. We take responsibility, even greater than that, we take responsibility for our lives. If a true man, a real man, if he don't like something in his life, he's going to do what he got to do to change that. He's not going to sit back and be like, oh, woe is me and all of that. Fuck that. Yeah, I said it just like that. Fuck that. You know, I don't usually curse on the couch videos, but no, that's how you got to be. You take responsibility. If you got with that bad woman, she did this, this, and this, you need to step back. First of all, you need to kick her to the curb. She is not an asset to you. You need to sit back and say, well, what was it in me that put up with this anyway? Why did I want this particular woman? She doing all this crazy stuff. I made the choice. She was crazy. Why was that? What was it in me that wanted her? Oh, she was giving the sex easy? Oh, what was it in me that was stuck with just dealing with this one crazy woman instead of getting the sensible women that are out there? And let me say something about that, because a lot of times when I say stuff like that, guys say, well, all these women like that. First of all, you ain't met every woman in the world. Two, if you keep running into bad women, the only thing they had in common was you. Because as a man, you're going to take responsibility for that. You the only thing they have in common. I don't care how much they look alike. They could be a part of your tribe. Your tribe. Remember, it's your tribe. So what is it about you that attracted these women? You got to look at all of those things, and you got to take responsibility. See, once you take responsibility for that, once you take responsibility, then you have the power to change it. You had the power. See, anybody who really watched me, I'm telling you how to have power in your life, how to have power as a man. But part of power is responsibility. As they say with the legendary Spider-Man ethos, with great power comes great responsibility. You can't separate it. But if you want to feel like you powerless, you don't want that responsibility, you know, yeah, this woman playing you, she taking your money, she cheating on you. Why are you there? It's like a guy who was having trouble. I never forget this one guy. I never forget him. And he was complaining about his woman. Always cheating on him. I was like, why are you with her? You know she cheating. Why are you with her? And he, you know what? Yeah, you know what? Let's just say they still together. But why are you complaining? The first time she only needed one time to cheat on me. I was like, oh, that's how you are? Okay, I'm out. You know? Because let me explain something to you as a man, and this not even just with women, but in life. Once people see they can get away with something with you, and you don't stand up, you don't take responsibility for even being there, they're going to do it again. You have to let people know there's a consequence for treating you a certain way, good and bad. They treat you good, hey, you give them good things. That you treat them bad, you push them to the curb. It's like zero tolerance, because it's your life. You got control over it, you know? So the main thing is, when you're dealing with women, I don't care what they do. I don't care if they can fix your plate. They can suck your dick dry. They can do all of that. If there's any issues, remember, you had the choice in dealing with them. You had the choice, you know? Because then once you take the choice, once you take the responsibility, you'll find stuff changes. You'll find it. Because as a man, you had to take it. And like I said earlier, I don't care to hear about what women aren't doing. And if somebody come on here saying, but women do this, block. Because I don't have time for it. I don't have time for it. You know? We got to start men got to start standing up here. All these women, if collectively men said, hey, all women got to wear their hair in buns and wear skirts down to their ankles, trust me, virtually overnight, things will change. That's the power that we have as men. And if a lady don't like it, oh well, what's she gonna do about it? So anyway, but you take responsibility for your choice in women. All right. So that's all I have for right now. And I'll get back with y'all. Peace and blessings.